Hey guys, what's up? PipSnipers here, back for another update. Let's take a look at XRP over here. And what you see from the beginning of time is you have your wave one, and we're not going to analyze this point in time because you had the creation of your coin or the ICO, you had your pump up, your ABC, all of the shareholders sell over here, drives the price back down to form a double bottom, and then we start our structure. So what we're going to do is we're just going to analyze the coin from this point forward. So this over here is your wave one. You then have a WXY correction for your wave two. Then you have an explosive 5-wave move to the upside to formulate your wave three. We actually went up, let me see over here. We went up 102,000%. And due to the fact that we went up that much, the correction that comes after is going to take a little bit longer. And we see over here from 2018, let's see how long it's been. Because, you know, a lot of retail traders and to the untrained eye, it may have seemed like our run was ended short due to the SEC, but I wouldn't agree on that because this is just a 335 Elliott wave flat pattern, right? It's all baked into the chart. So this is 2,205 days of accumulation within this wave four, okay? So you could put your, put your wave four like that. And so what you have over here within your A wave is you have a 5-wave move down. You then have a 3-wave move up in your B wave, right over here. And then another 5-wave move down in your C wave, but the waves are overlapping in a ending diagonal. You then come down perfectly to the 70.2% fib. Okay, you see how we perfectly wick to that 702. And then what you see over here is a 5-wave move to the upside in a leading diagonal. Now, usually with leading diagonals, especially in volatile markets, your second wave or your B wave that comes after your 5th wave is going to be very sharp, and it's going to take a lot of bears and bulls by surprise. So over here would be your bull trap at the 78.6% fib. So if we take a look at this, we see we perfectly came down to the 786, and then what we have over here is another 5-wave move up. Okay, this is your 5-wave move up here for your C wave. And we perfectly hit the 2.618 on the linear scale. Okay? And I recommend using both the linear and logarithmic fibs just so you're never blindsided. And in this way, you can carry more. Instead of having precise targets, you can form a zone, which will be easier for you to exit. And in this case, we did have a 5-wave move up to the 2.618. And if we were to just take a look at this on the linear scale, we can see that we came down to the 0.886. Okay, you see? You can use both linear and log. They work really well. So let's see over here. Okay, so with $1.93 perfectly touched it there. And then what we have is another 3-wave move to the upside. So this is your A wave, B wave, and then your C wave. So in a flat pattern, you're going to have a 3-wave move down, 3-wave move up, and then a 5-wave move to the downside. So you have your wave 1, your wave 2, your explosive wave 3, and the reason we have a truncated wave 5 over here is because we have this explosive wave 3. So you have your wave 4 and then a sideways wave 5. This is what's called a truncation. So what you have here is your wave 4 is down there. Okay, and then this should be of your sub-micro degree. And if we see here, on this chart over here, we see Wyckoff accumulation at the lows. Okay, you have your selling climax. Your selling climax. Doesn't take much money for the price to move back up. So you have your automatic rally, your secondary test of the lows, your failed break, your secondary test in phase B, your failed break number 2, your last point of support, your sign of strength when Ripple won against the SEC. Right? The news is timed perfectly. Right? It's all baked into the charts. Then you have a backup phase, a WXY correction for your wave 2. And now we're starting our wave 3 of 5 to the upside. Okay, so let's go back to this chart over here. Okay, and let's see where our fourth wave took us. Okay, so around that 618 region, perfectly came down to that 618, maybe wicked a little lower than that. There's other ways to find this fifth wave target, but I'll get more into that within another video. So you have your fourth wave here, and what this would create is a macro ABC correction. So over here would be your A wave. This is your A wave. You have your B wave, and then your C wave down for your fourth wave. Just like that. Okay, now we're starting our next impulsive move to the upside. So you have a 5-wave move up. Okay, a 5-wave move up to start your first wave. Perfectly hitting the 1.236, which is a common target for ascending wedges. Okay, you see how we perfectly hit the 1.236 there on the logarithmic scale. And then similarly to what we did in 2021, we had a sharp move down to the 78.6% fib. Okay, so this is your ascending wedge. And then you had a very sharp move down to the 786. You see that? See? So this is a WXY correction where you have a 3-wave move down, a 3-wave move up, and then another 3-wave move down. Okay, one sec here. Okay, so if we zoom in here, you could see this is what it would look like when we zoom in. This is your creek. This is your creek over here. So within the whole entirety of this Wyckoff accumulation, when we zoom into the small time frame, we see what's called a Wyckoff reaccumulation schematic. Now, what you have with the Wyckoff reaccumulation schematic is you have your peak. Oh, sorry, here, one sec. You have your peak, You have a move to key support. You have an initial advance, a throwback, and then the next swing either takes out this high or rejects off key support. This case, it rejected off the 702. Then we have what's called a creaking phase to the downside in kind of like a wedge fashion. And then we have what's called a jump across. Okay, so we see that right over here. This is exactly what XRP did. So let's remove this. So we can get a better view of the structure at play. And yeah, this is this is XRP, and if we want to take a look at like where our third wave may take us, we can take a trend-based fib to this. Okay, now these are the targets. Okay, these are the targets, and the reason this trend line is over here is because when we zoom out here on the weekly, okay, when we zoom out on the weekly, we see that the one-to-one target is sitting around there at $5.40. Okay. So we have mapped out every single wave for XRP, right? Now all we see over here, now all we're doing right now is it's just a waiting game, right? It shouldn't, I think we should be breaking out within this week. So we should see a move above the 50-day SMA. This is what bulls want to see on the daily. Okay, so we are above the 50-day SMA, so bulls want to continue to see that hold. Let's see where the 100-day is. Okay, yeah, as soon as you get over the 100-day, sitting at 0.5857, then bulls will be in full control because we're even above the 21-day as well. Okay, so the momentum has shifted. Okay, you see how we're above the 21 and the 50. We just got above the 50 yesterday, I think. But yeah, it should chop around here. Okay, you have a little Wyckoff accumulation range going on here on the small time frame. You see how we perfectly backtested the 618? So it may chop around in here. So before it really gets going. Okay, so this is your Wyckoff accumulation range. When we take a look at XRP on a different chart, we have a Wyckoff accumulation range on the small time frame, and we can map out every single move here. Okay, this is your selling climax, your automatic rally, secondary test, failed break. I think that's when Brad said he got hacked or something. Very funny. They manipulate the price down to your secondary test in phase B, right? Brad and all of his friends buy, causes a failed break number 2 to the upside, a last point of support, and then a move up for our sign of strength. Now what we're seeing is what's called a backup phase. Came down to the 618, and this coming week, bulls want to see a move above 0.5704 to confirm more upside. 0.5671 to 0.5704. I mean, worst case scenario would be that we have an A, B, C correction, and then we blast off like that to come down to maybe the 702, 786 region. But as long as we're above the 50 and 21 day. One sec here. Okay, as long as we're above the 50, 100, and 21 day, we should be okay. So what bulls want to see this upcoming week is a move above that 100-day at 0.5857. Once you get over that, we'll be starting a very parabolic move to the upside. Okay? So I hope you guys enjoyed the XRP video. If you have any questions, just let me know. Peace out and take it easy. See you in the next one.